Creator Studio. Should be live. Am I? Okay, good. I am. All right. One moment, guys. I don't know why that didn't change. That's weird. Okay, I'm just gonna update information. I don't know why. Oh well, we'll leave it at that. So let me switch this. Hey, Stephen Davidson Olsen, how are you? Let me turn the camera around. Hi guys, how are you? Had to run to Starbucks. A little bit of a lazy Saturday here in Texas. It's super warm. So I needed to wake up. Hey, Margaret Gerard, how are you? What's going on? What am I doing here? Good morning, or good afternoon, I should say. It's 3:33, my time at least, so that's a good sign. So what a wonderful time to unbox. So let's sit a spell. So I'm going to do an unboxing for the Grimalkin Tarot. This is another M.J.CULLINANE deck. I talked about MJ in the last unboxing that I did. MJ is a brilliant artist from the Seattle area who creates tarot decks, and she does other types of art, but this is how I found her, was through her first, hey Glenda Carlisle, how are you? Her first deck was the Crow Tarot deck, which I will unbox that maybe tomorrow or the next day. I think this next month we're going to have on the Patreon poll for the August decks for the forecast. It's going to be an all MJ vote. So one of the decks that we're going to use is going to be an MJ deck. We're going to have either the Wise Dog, the Grimalkin, or the Crow Tarot. I don't know. I kind of keep the Crow private to myself as my own personal deck, but I'm going to unbox it because it's such a great deck. I'll show you guys what I keep it in. And she has a fourth deck coming out called Guardians of the Night, which I already backed on her Indiegogo campaign. So she's a very creative person. I absolutely love her. I've gotten personal readings from her. She's great. You should check out her YouTube channel under, I think it's Crow Tarot or M.J.CULLINANE /Crow Tarot. But you can find her if you search that. You can definitely find her. I will, in the video description, once this is fully uploaded to YouTube, I will put a link to her site. I don't know if the Grimalkin is available in retailers. I know Crow Tarot was. I'm not sure. I have never asked her why the other decks weren't, but I think it has to do with a printing thing. So, because she prints these decks herself and produces them, mails them out, and does all this work herself. So, hey, Carrie Sharambus. Sorry if I butchered that. Hey, Jamie Taylor. Hey, Tammy Sylvester. Yeah, just message me if you want a private reading. You can just message me at the business page and we can set it up. Hey, Carrie Grafton Williams. Hey, Kelly. And Grim Talking Tarot. Grimalkin, it's called. I'm live and kicking. All right, so I got up this morning at 7 a.m. Just as a little aside, this is a little bit into my personal life. I got up at 7 a.m. this morning late. I was supposed to get up at 4:30 for a class that was happening in the UK. And I ended up in the class, which was great. But then, and it was a great class. I learned quite a bit and had a really good time. But then I went and I crawled back in bed at about 11 when it ended with my dog. And I started cuddling my dog and I fell back to sleep till 2. So I'm probably going to be awake all night. It's really crazy. So hence, now we're having coffee again. We're doing a second wake up. We're having a second go of it, as they say. So let's switch cameras really quick. And this is the deck. I'm super excited to open this. I ordered it. I was not able to get in on the Indiegogo for this, but I was able to get a extra deck. Sometimes she has leftover decks, and so she put it out online on her page. You can definitely follow her. I know she has a page on Facebook and, like I said, her YouTube channel. And I'm a bit of a fangirl of her. I just think she's brilliant. I watch her daily forecasts and stuff. She actually is sort of what inspired me to do my forecast in some ways. So I tried not to like copy her so much. She does 3 cards every day. And so I kind of do the 2 cards, and I do it from 2 different decks. I do it from a tarot and an oracle and blend them together. But she was definitely the inspiration watching her and stuff. And I was watching her daily forecast like religiously all through last year. And she's amazing. She's been very busy with all of these decks though. So there's times where she goes offline because she's busy producing the deck and stuff. All right, so this is yes, second breakfast, exactly, Joplin, exactly. So this deck to me is, which is interesting, which I kind of love because you don't see this often with decks. It comes in this metal box, which I think is kind of cool. I would do this if she gave us the option with the Guardians of the Night to vote on how it's going to come to us package. I voted for the metal box because I just think it's keeps the cards really safe. It also makes it really stackable and nice. I don't know. I love this idea of this metal box. So we're unveiling and opening the box first time. Look at that. That's beautiful. Now, I think that these were the original run. So I don't know that they will all come packaged this way. So let me take this out. I love that it's in a bag. And it's upside down. Attaboy, Dan. She puts a little tissue paper in there. But I like the box for safekeeping for later. I think that's brilliant. So I'm going to put this over here. Move this around here so you can see the title. Hopefully, let me just double check this really quick. How much of that? Okay, I can pull this over even a little bit more. Oh, and tomorrow, I wish I could get the whole title in there. There we go. That's good. Okay. Tomorrow, you guys, I'm going to try and do the second Twin Flame reading like I did last Sunday. So keep an eye out for that. I'll probably go live with that. So it's in this bag. There is a workbook that comes with this that I have yet to get because she wanted to ship these out as soon as possible. So sexy little kitty negligee bag. My cat would make some serious mess of that bag, let me tell you. It comes with a workbook. All of her decks, she always does sort of companion books, which I love that, so that you can kind of study in the deck and she can talk to you about, you know, the significance of the art, the symbolism, that sort of thing. I'm waiting on my copy of the deck, or the book, I believe. Maybe I did Indiegogo with this. Wait, I'm confused now. Or maybe yeah, it's got to be this deck. So I must have Indiegogoed with this, and it was the Wise Dog that I didn't. One of them, I missed the opportunity. I know that. I wasn't paying attention. Oh, let me get scissors. Sorry, guys. So it's wrapped in a little band of plastic, the deck. I should have been better prepared. Okay. So, and I have to look up what Grimalkin means. I know that there's probably a meaning behind it. I don't really know. I should have researched that beforehand, but you know me, never prepared. So this is the deck. And this is the back of the deck, the artwork on the back. It's rather beautiful. I love that it has her initials here, M.J.C. So this is Grimalkin. Who is Grimalkin? Is Grimalkin like... Oh, this is interesting. These are... Wait a second. I'm not sure who Grimalkin is. I don't know if Grimalkin is the Fool. So I'm just going to show you guys this deck. We may go through the whole deck if you want to call out a certain cat or a certain... there's a magic to this deck. So I'm going to say this. With MJ's decks, what I've noticed is she picks the kind of the right slickness. There's a certain amount of slickness. You can tell that the cards are sort of slippery just by the way they're moving around in my hands. But it's not too slippery. It's not too glossy. So this is Grimalkin. I'm not sure. Like, I need the book. But I think that this may be the Fool. And there's like a bat, a fox, this beautiful white owl. This is Unity. I maybe should have waited for the book. But I'm assuming these are major arcana. I'm not sure what the unity would be with the three. This could be the Lovers. I don't know. I'll have to see. We might have to go through this entire deck, guys. The World. So this would be like the World, the end of the major arcana. Judgment. I love that black cat. Look at him. He's like, what you doing, Angel? What you doing, Angel? The Sun. The Moon. The Sun is associated with Leo. The Moon is associated with Pisces. We've got, I believe this is a Bengal cat, I think they're called. We also have the crow there. I love that the crow is honored there. We have the goldfish for the symbol of Pisces, or water, the element of water, because the moon affects the tides. Also, I love that this Bengal is kind of talking to himself within the moon, right? So it's sort of like his reflection through his own intuition, his own communication through his own intuition. The star. I love this card. The tower. Very giving me Miley Cyrus Wrecking Ball. But I do kind of like how this imagery, it sort of looks like this door is opening, even though this Wrecking Ball is coming through and wrecking everything. There looks like there might be some sort of freedom for these cats involved in this situation at some point. So it's not all bad. At least that's the sense that I get from that. Ooh, hello, devil. Look at him with that cheese in his mouth. Come on, take a ride. Step on in with all those mouse traps. And the cheese definitely could be like addiction, whatever we're hung up on, whatever stands in our way. Temperance. This is associated with the sign of Sagittarius. We have fire and water there. It is a beautiful deck, isn't it, Joplin? I think it's gorgeous. The death card. This is a beautiful death card. She really does death well. I have to say that. She gives it this sort of beauty and grace that I don't necessarily always see in decks. I always see sort of like this spooky kind of rendition of death. I think that MJ does this sort of, she gives it like a certain type of honor through showing the bones of the skeleton of the animal. The Hanged Man, this is also associated with Pisces, I believe. And it's very traditional with the golden around the head. We have the crows here. So this was, I believe, the third deck she created. It went Crow, then Wise Dog, then Grimalkin. This is Justice. I believe Justice is with the sign of Libra. It could be mistaken about that, but I believe it is. The Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune might be a planet. I think it might be Jupiter. I'm not sure. The Hermit, which is the sign of Virgo. It's a beautiful Hermit card. Hermit's usually traditionally shown with the lamp. You know, in the artwork, there's usually like a moon and a lamp, where she's used a firefly here. And it's funny too, fireflies keep showing up for me. It's really strange. Like somebody, my friend Marita posted a thing about fireflies. I had a dream about fireflies recently. It's weird. The Strength card. Susan, you love this deck? Oh, you would love this deck with the cats all in your house too. The Chariot. This is Cancerian energy. Yeah, Susan, you would definitely love this deck. With, what's the name of the cat? I can't remember. You were trying to, you had a kitten that had a name, something Rodriguez. What was her name? I can't remember. And then the one was named Hermosa. I saw your video the other day. The Lovers. Here's the Lovers. I don't know what Unity is then. What is Unity? Unity can't be the Empress. Maybe it is. I don't know. This is a beautiful Lovers card. This is the element of, or the sign of Gemini. Traditionally associated with the sign of Gemini. The Hierophant. What is the Hierophant? I can't think of the Hierophant. Is it Taurus? Or is it Venus? It's either associated with the planet of Venus or the sign of Taurus, or both, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. But that's beautiful, even though there's that mouse in his mouth. The Emperor, this is the sign of Aries, which she has the rams there, traditionally the rams. And this Emperor, this is a cat that knows. Oh, Joplin has done a little Googling for us. Thank you, Joplin. A Grimalkin, also called a Graymalkin, is an archaic term for a cat. The term stems from gray, G-R-E-Y, the color, plus malkin, an archaic term with several meanings, a low-class woman, a weakling, a mop, or a name. Derived from the hypochondristic form of the female name Maud. Scottish legend makes reference to the Grimalkin as a fairy cat, and that's F-A-E-R-Y, so with the fae, that dwells in the Highlands. So there is a magic to this deck, because she's channeling some fae energy into this. Here's the Empress, our good old girl, the Empress. I wonder if this is just like a title card. I'll have to ask MJ or wait for the book and know. Or what else could that be? Maybe those are extra cards. She may have 2 extra cards in the deck. I'm not sure. Here's the High Priestess. Oh, get it. I love this. She's not to be messed with. All-knowing High Priestess. I believe this is also Pisces energy. The Magician, which I believe is Aquarian energy. If I'm not mistaken, that might be the Cup of Water down there. But he has all of the elements, right? He has the wand, he has the water, he has the sword, the pentacle. Right, that's the 4 suits. What am I thinking? I'm like looking for a 5th suit. The Fool. So this is the beginning of the journey. Ooh, be careful, cat. Don't fall in there. There's an alligator down there waiting for you. Then we have the Ace of Wands. Hey, Christina Davis Buffkin, how are you? The 2 of Wands. The 3 of Wands. The 4 of Wands. And the 5 of Wands. The 6 of Wands. I kind of like him. The 7 of Wands. If this is a deck that you guys do like, I would reach out to MJ immediately, only because I know that I got this deck on the fly because she had leftovers. I don't know how many printings she will do of this deck, or I'm not exactly sure how she works in the sense that if she has enough requests, she may reprint or run printings of decks. But I don't know if these decks are widely available at this point, because she sells like thousands of them in a go kind of thing. So that's the 8 of Wands, that fast-moving energy, even though that's a chubby kitty. Oh, you got a chubby puss. The 9 of Wands. Oh, now your puss is a little wet. Sorry. The 10 of Wands. Oh, I'm such an immature person. The Page of Wands. It's beautiful. The Knight of Wands. It's like, this is the cat that if the 8 of Wands went on a diet, he would become the Knight of Wands. Look at him. Okay, enough of that. Let's see here. The Queen of Wands. This is what we call the Beyonce card. Well, there was a Hierophant card, though. That's the thing that throws me off, Joplin, because I saw a Hierophant in there. I feel like, was this the Hierophant? No, that's Justice. I know that there was a Hierophant card in there, so I'm not sure. I think it might be extra cards, like, 2 extra. Because I know some people, like with the Ethereal Tarot, or the Illuminated Visions Ethereal Tarot, there's 2 extra cards. There's the Well and the Artist. So sometimes people do that. And if I was paying more attention to the construction of this deck, I would probably know that, because MJ usually has a whole process where she shares about what she's doing and how she's doing it. So if 2 extra cards were included, which there very well may have been, she probably spoke about them and I just missed it. The King of Wands. The Ace of Cups. This is my suit, the Cups suit. The 2 of Cups. I love it. MJ, you've done a beautiful job with this deck. The 3 of Cups. The Four of Cups. I love these cats. I don't know with this deck if MJ did the option to put live cats where you could buy into the Indiegogo and have actual real cats in there, if she did the cats herself. Five of Cups. She did that with the Wise Dog, which I thought was really cool. So I would think maybe she did that with this deck, but I don't know. Six of Cups. I think that there was something going on in my life where I was just busy and not paying attention, because I follow her on all of her stuff. Seven of Cups. Eight of Cups. The Nine of Cups. That's a happy fat cat. A little perplexed, but definitely happy and fat. He got that fish underfoot. He's going to eat. And the Ten of Cups. She even has the traditional rainbow in there. I love how she takes the traditional symbolism of like sort of Rider-Smith way, and then she kind of mixes in her own flair, but she also pays homage to some of the very traditional aspects of tarot. The Page of Cups, the fish in the cup. I love the waves. This kind of reminds me of the Japanese screen print, the wave. Back there too. Very cool. I love a good clawfoot bathtub too. Such a Pisces thing, but I love, like, give me a clawfoot tub and I'm a happy man. The Knight of Cups. Hi, Kate Heyman. How are you, dear? The Queen of Cups. And you know how, like, cats love tarot, right? Like, you know how, I don't know if any of you guys are card readers and then cat owners at the same time, but a cat will straight come up and lay on your deck as you're laying out cards for people. They love this sort of, like, hoodoo metaphysical stuff. It's sort of funny. The King of Cups. That's beautiful. There's, like, a dreaminess to this deck that I really love. It's even like more dreamy than the Wise Dog, in my opinion. The Ace of Swords. Talk about triumphant. The Two of Swords. I love how she depicts this as like maybe not being able to see or know with all of the cloud cover, right? We can't necessarily see the light. Generally, this card is depicted by a woman that's sort of got a blindfold on, I believe, behind these two swords. I love that this cat is sort of pinned up on these two swords, trying to make a decision as to which way to go and not necessarily feeling as though he has all of the information. The Three of Swords. Ouch. Always the sad heartbreak card. Definitely depicted here. The Four of Swords. Take that, cat nap. You better nap, cat. The Five of Swords. Look at that poor dog. Whoops. The Six of Swords. Seven of Swords. This is kind of like the betrayal card, liar, cheater, stealer card. And the Eight of Swords. The Nine of Swords. This is the Nightmare card. It's definitely rather nightmarish, if you ask me. Ten of Swords. The Page of Swords. The Knight of Swords. The Queen of Swords. I can't remember the name of that cat without any hair. The King of Swords. This looks like a Russian blue. Ace of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles. I love that the Two Pentacles are depicted on mice. That's funny to me. The Three of Pentacles. Through sort of collaboration and hard work as reward. The Four of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles. The Six. I know, right, Kate? She's really wonderful. Her illustrations are beautiful. It's a beautiful deck. And I love that she sort of definitely uses traditional tarot imagery and symbolism, but she also makes it very much her own. So I think that anybody that's sort of wanting to learn about tarot can start with one of her decks and still pull from the imagery. The Seven of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles. Who's old, Joplin? Me? The Nine of Pentacles. I mean, I am old. I'm an old lady. Ten of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles. And as I said, guys, I will link this into the video description on my YouTube channel. So if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel over there, I will put a link to her website so that you can maybe reach out to her. I don't know if she still has these decks available. I got this deck as a, I believe as a, she had extra decks and I got signed up because this was the one deck that I missed out on the Indiegogo on. Well, I missed out on the Indiegogo on the Crow Tarot too, but I was able to get a deck for that. So that's the Knight of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles. And then we have the King of Pentacles. Beautiful. All right, so let's gather all of these up. I always like to do a shuffle, see how the cards shuffle and work together. We'll just kind of mix them up and grab from different places. Do a quick shuffle and see what card comes out for those of you that watch the this video. What message do you need? You can utilize this message in any way you see fit. But what do the cats want us to know today? Let's see. Yeah, I love how silent her deck shuffles. She picks really beautiful cardstock, and like the glossiness is always nice. It's not too slippery, but it's also not too stiff either, if that makes any sense. It's not too matte. It's just right. I feel like every time I'm talking about her decks, I feel like Goldilocks. This bed is not too lumpy. It's just right. Hey, Tori Lance. Okay, so let's see. What does everybody need to know who watches this video? Come on, kitties. And I love the sound that her decks make when they shuffle. They're not, it's just like a really beautiful, lovely, like, sound. You hear that? And we get the Ace of Wands today. So aces are always about inspiring thought, the opportunity to grow. When I look at this tree and the freedom of these birds, to me it feels like we get to open up and kind of work with our own personal magic. Wands is the element of fire and the element of the spirit. So to me, this could be about anything that we desire, or we maybe weren't necessarily aware of what it is we wanted we could become aware of it in the near future or have recently become aware of it. The energy of this is always about forward moving action, right? Inspired action, moving towards like something new, some sort of new growth or something on the horizon that we see, we want, we're going to make happen. When I look at this cat, to me, it's about like taking those steps to do that and make that happen for ourselves. Also the freedom of that. Like when I look at these birds in the sky, it evokes this element of excitement, freedom, energy, movement, channeling that and taking that and using it to propel yourself forward. Also, knowing that there's this thing when I'm looking at this cat, I feel like this step that he's taking, it may feel slightly tentative, but there's a reminder in this cat, I feel like, as I'm looking at this card, that says to me, remember how agile and intelligent you are. Remember this sort of skill set that you have. I think that's the thing about this cat deck and why I feel like it's sort of a little bit smart in a way. Cats are really sort of independent and sort of slick. Even sort of goofy cats, they know how to like maneuver situations, get themselves out of tight binds, that sort of thing. And when I look at this cat kind of walking on this fine line of this wand, to me it's like we have the agility to sort of make things work in our favor. We have the inspiration with the ace action of this card to lead us in the right direction, even if we don't necessarily, even if it's a new direction. We don't necessarily need to fear it. We can remember how capable we are, how agile we are, how every experience that we've like sort of had happen to us up until this point has brought us so that we can make this journey, if that makes sense. This tree to me definitely pulls my attention as far as some sort of new thing on the horizon, some sort of inspirational opportunity or idea that we want to we want to like achieve or create. And to me, this little root system here, if you look at that, this idea is already taking root in our present time now, as we start to sort of just even think on it and the excitement of it, right? To me, I look at this card and I feel like as this cat begins to think about what it is that he wants, right? He channels that energy into the wand and begins to take tentative steps towards it. It starts to grow in the future. The birds, the excitement of that, this is sort of like, to me, the excitement of spirit. The birds start to fly around and start to imbue this possibility as real. The flowers are symbolic, these daffodils are symbolic of growth, right? And so we begin to grow those ideas, even sometimes out of the darkness or out of like this kind of misty area. And we begin to work our way along the journey towards this well-rooted goal of opportunity, whatever that may be for you. If that opportunity is a new relationship or a new job, better finances, something creative, a pursuit that you wanted to do, this now is the time to do it, is what this Ace of Wands says to me. Now is the time to sort of like sing it into reality. Start to sing that song, you know, from your spirit. And the other spirits maybe on both this side, in body and out of body, right? Our spirit guides or our loved ones that are passed on begin to also start to flutter that song and sing that song, and that energy builds. And we start our way down that path. Does that make sense? Hey, Mary, how are you? So that is your card for today for those of you that watch this video. This is the Grimalkin Tarot by M.J.CULLINANE. Again, like I can't speak enough about how wonderful this woman is, what a great artist she is, the creativity of her decks. Check her out, follow her at like, you know, her YouTube channel, her Facebook page. I do believe that, I'm not sure where you can get this deck. I know that like I said, I got it as a extra one from her first original printing of the deck. She does have a new deck right now that's getting ready to come out called Guardians of the Night, which is also quite beautiful. But she's really worth a follow if you're any sort of a fan of tarot, or watching her daily forecast is great too. And that's it. I'm gonna probably, like I said, over on the Patreon page, for those of you that have the option to vote for the August deck for my subscribers on Patreon, I think this month, since I have the Wise Dog and the Grimalkin both unboxed, I'm going to unbox the Crow Tarot, and then we will choose from an M.J.CULLINANE Tarot deck to use for next month. Does that make sense? So to pay homage to her. All right. So, Mary, you can go back. This is actually the end of the video. So if you go back and rewatch it, I go through the entire deck, dear. So if you go back and wait until this video, once I sign off, if you go back to the business page, you can watch the whole deck all the way through. We just went through the entire deck. Okay. And Tammy, if you want a reading, just message me at the business page, okay, dear? So that is your card for the day. Thank you guys for tuning in. I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. I will do a continuation of that love reading, and I will be just watch the forecast for tomorrow. We have some interesting cards. I filmed it today, so I'll put it up on Patreon in a little bit. For those of you that subscribe there, you can see it now. For those of you that see it live on, or once I air it on YouTube, it'll be tomorrow in the morning, okay? Kate Heyman, I love how descriptive you are. Mentor me. Pretty pleased with a cherry on top. I love it. You guys, I don't know. At some point, I had an idea for doing a tarot and symbolism class. I need to formulate how I would actually teach it, if I, or how I read. I don't know how well I can sort of express that to people, because it's sort of just how my brain works. But, or not necessarily my brain, but it's about like trusting certain things, aspects of self, and just, I don't know. That might come at some point, Kate. So I might do some sort of a tarot and symbolism class for my Patreon subscribers, and then if that goes well, then I will possibly create some sort of like way of, I don't know if it's best to like sort of have everybody get a deck and then we walk through the deck and learn the deck, or if it's better that everybody bring a different deck and we all talk about, oh, well, in this deck, I see this and this and this, and we can compare and contrast the differences between the pages and then talk about sort of the traditional meanings. To me, it's still in the formulatory process, but I love cards. I love tarot. I'm a bit of a nerd in that regard. And so I would love to figure out a way to maybe create a curriculum or something that would be fun and interesting for folks. So the fact that you say that, it's not, completely out of my mind. So I just haven't, I don't know. It's sort of a self-confidence thing, I think. It's not that I don't think I'm a good reader. It's just more that am I a teacher? Should I be teaching anybody? I have a bit of the sense of humor of like a 12-year-old boy. Should I really be in charge of a classroom? It would be a fun class, though. Let me tell you that. But yeah, so that is the Grimalkin deck. Thank you all for tuning in. I look forward to seeing you guys soon. Like I said, I will be on tomorrow. And tomorrow night will be a charming night for anybody that wants to come in and watch charmings. I will probably do it between 6 and 7-ish my time, which I'm in Central Standard. It's 4 o'clock here now. So I will do, I'll probably sign on, and if anybody wants to either purchase a charming, or if any of my Patreon subscribers at the high level want to come in for their charmings for July, you certainly can. So that'll be tomorrow evening. I'm trying to do charmings every Sunday night just to get on a regular schedule with that, because I've sort of lost track with that with COVID. So I'm trying to get back on the ball. Tell your friends about me. Share this video out if you see so fit. If you know any cat lovers and tarot lovers, share this video with them. Please tell your friends about my YouTube channel. I could use any and all subscriptions and support there. And that's about it. I look forward to seeing you guys soon. Thank you for tuning in. I love you all, and have a good day. All right, bye.